to get back in the ring and just showcase my talent, showcase what I can do. So I got to thank them, and obviously with PBC for giving me that opportunity with Plant. It was great. So I was finally able
I
to
think
go.
now they probably regret it. Well, at that moment, I think they sure regret that they give you the opportunity, right? They were probably like almost the matchmaker would probably be like, shit, I'm gonna lose my job here because they didn't count that you were gonna do that well. But man, you guys
Well,
stole the show on that one.
yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, I felt I knew in my head I was like, whoever's gonna fight me and whoever thinks they're cherry picking, they're gonna be really mistakenly wrong. Like you signed up for the wrong one, buddy. So, yeah, that's something I knew, and I knew that I was going to be looked at as, just this guy that's been out of the ring, and he's a white guy from Chicago, like he's just like all
Yeah.
the other guys. So, um, yeah, man, I was just chomping at the bit. I was like, who wants to fight? Like, let's go.
That's great. I mean, I got to be honest. Like I mentioned you before, I didn't know too much about you on that fight, and I honestly, it was more about what I saw in the sparring videos that Hector gave me, and then my conversations with Francisco with Alacran. That's kind of like what I was like intrigued me a little bit, and I did a little bit more research about it. I was like, okay, well, he has just that he has a punch, but I really thought that maybe Caleb Plant was gonna be able to try to avoid that because he's a slick boxer and sometimes, but I feel like sometimes he's too like he's too aggressive for his nature, you know what I mean? And that's what gets him in harm's way. And that was kind of like the opportunity that you needed to show. Then, I mean, when I started looking at the fight, and then I think it was a knockdown first that they didn't count. I was like, oh, okay. And then it was the real knockdown. I was like, oh shit, this thing is not gonna, it's for real. I mean, because literally the guy blocked the punch. You know what I mean? Like you didn't even hit the like or throw the punch. The punch didn't land clear and fresh on him. It technically landed on the arm. So that's what you use to protect from punches. And you almost pull it out of the whole ring. So that's
He
when I was
probably
like,
would have,
oh my God. It was like
yeah.
that was tough. And I saw the
It,
face of Plant, and he was like the face of like, oh shit, I'm here for a tough fight.
oh, it's gonna be a long night. Yeah, yeah. If the
Exactly.
ropes wouldn't have been there, man, he would have went out the arena.
Exactly. I feel like it was like that, and then it was only the fourth round. So what was going through your mind when that happened? Do you think you were gonna pull the upset? Because I mean, you were, I think, like 15 or 20 on 20 to 1 underdog on that fight. Definitely they got it really wrong.
Well, I knew even going into the fight that I wasn't the underdog, but to the whole world, that's what it was. And then, a select few, my brothers really believe in me, and my family, they know what's up, and they've seen me really go to work. So, but yeah, during the fight, it was, I was just having fun. I was really having fun. I wasn't getting too much into my head about the arena or the stage or anything. I was just like, hey, I'm gonna go out there. I trained my butt off. I'm gonna go out there and have fun and just show the world what I can do. And it was it wasn't it wasn't me being really brawly. I was trying, obviously that was our game plan, but we saw different things that he did, pulling straight back. So we worked on some of those shots, worked on little things that we knew that we could capitalize on in the fight, and that's what we tried to do.
Yeah, I mean, plus before the fight, I mean, you guys kind of like came out with like a lot of back and forth things, and I mean, the build up for the fight was amazing, but it was definitely until the moment of the fight when we're like, oh shit, this is for real, because like a lot of times people, I mean, fighters they go and back and forth with each other, and then at the end they didn't end up delivering. Like what we saw this past weekend with Conor Ben and Chris Eubank Jr., that they have all these big build up and they deliver. The fight was actually pretty fun. I thought it was great, and I never thought that they were gonna come all the way there to fight. For me, this is what it's all about, regardless if one of the guys was 2 weight classes lower and whatever. I mean, they both gave it their all, and I think that's kind of like what you did in the fight with Plant. So despite the loss, I think many fans, including myself, they saw a new fire on you. So, I mean, what did you take away from that fight after, it was all done?
I had a lot of fun, and really what I took away from it was a lot of the experience. I had never gone through a week long of media. So so
And you
so
picked
much
the
media.
perfect stage, right? Because it wasn't a Canelo fight. So
Yeah,
that, I mean, those are the moments when you need to take advantage because everybody will be watching.
yeah, yeah, definitely. So yeah, taking away the all the media experience, fight experience. There's a lot of things in the fight, that I wish I could go back and do different, but now it's in my head, and I know what I did wrong and know what I need to work on, and move forward from that. But it's it's all earned, not given. Um,
Yeah.
Experiences, and I think that directly correlates with life. That's what I love about boxing, man. A lot of what happens in boxing just overflows into other areas of your life too, realizing this and that, and take the takeaways. But yeah, experiences earned, not given.
No, and then on top of that, man, I think people they starting to appreciate it because I mean, as media, we're trying to be, at least here in this channel, me and my partner, we always try to be an advocate of fighters going and do the fights that matter and go and entertain inside of the fights. Because instead of just picking fights that they're easy wins for you that are just gonna be making your record bigger, but they're not meaningful. And I think everybody could appreciate when a fighter, even if they lose, that the fighter give it their all. And here, for example, we have a follower from Mexico. His name is Leo, and it says, "Let's go, McCumby. Wish you the best on your career. I hope you beat Diego Pacheco." Look, a Mexican telling you that they hope you beat another Mexican. So that's how we are here. Real boxing fans that we really fall in love of stories like yours. And regardless if you are American or whatever, we want to see a good fight, and we want to see guys that actually, they give their all on the fight. So it says like, and shock the whole world. I know you will get plant a lot of trouble, and I wasn't wrong. Saludos desde Tijuana. So they're sending you cheers from over there from Tijuana. It's a tough city too, man.
Hell yeah, Leo, we gonna get this work. Let's go, Tijuana,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah. Okay, yeah.